Hey everyone. So let's be honest, our systems kind of feel broken, right? It feels like we're just stuck in these endless arguments while the real problems just keep getting bigger and bigger. Well, today, we're going to dive into a pretty bold new blueprint that claims to have the solution, a complete redesign for how our society could actually work. So let's jump right in.
So the core idea here is that our current systems, capitalism, socialism, whatever, they're like this ancient decaying ship, a ship of Theseus. And while we're all on deck just screaming at each other about who owns which rotten plank of wood, the whole thing is slowly sinking. This framework basically says, hey, maybe it's time to stop fighting and start building a better ship together.
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll take a closer look at this sinking ship problem. Then we'll get to the good stuff, the PREF Blueprint itself. We'll explore its really unique economy of merit and a totally new kind of democracy that's built on verifiable truth. And finally, we'll zoom out to see its global vision, a doctrine they call Mad God. Let's go.
Okay, part one, a ship of Theseus. Let's really dig into the problem with our current systems. We're talking about capitalism, socialism, our current forms of democracy. They've all become this old, creaky ship. We keep trying to patch it up, we argue over every little piece, but deep down, the structure itself is just broken. It's built for conflict, not progress.
And this slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got our world right now. Endless bickering, systems that are all about extraction and conflict. It's adversarial. But the proposed alternative? It completely flips the script. It's not a battlefield. It's designed to be a closed-loop economic circuit. Think of it like a perfect ecosystem where there's no waste and every single part is designed to help every other part succeed.
So, if the old ship is sinking, what's the new one? Well, here it is. It's called the Paradise Reciprocity Economic Framework, or PREF for short. And look, this isn't just another ism to argue about. It's presented as a synthesized blueprint, something engineered from the ground up to actually solve the core failures of the ideologies we're stuck with now.
And this isn't just some vague philosophical idea. The framework's creators say it's actually mathematically engineered. See these numbers? They represent a vector, a direction. And according to their models, this system is precisely calculated to push society into what they call the blissful zone, a state with the highest possible levels of both individual freedom and collective well-being. It's designed for happiness.
Yeah, that's really the key takeaway here. PREF looks at society like a complex system that can be optimized for a specific outcome. And that outcome isn't just about profit or power for a few. The goal is to literally engineer the conditions that generate collective joy and bliss for everyone. It's a system designed for positive-sum outcomes.
All right, so how does PREF actually fix our broken economy? Well, it goes straight for the two biggest problems we face, right? First, the constant anxiety and precarity of capitalism. And second, the motivation problem that can sometimes pop up in purely socialist models.
And it tackles this with a really powerful one-two punch. First up, you have the foundational dividend. This is a true universal basic income that gives every single citizen a stable floor to stand on. It basically eliminates poverty just like that. But then, on top of that, you have the civic merit system, which creates this amazing ladder of aspiration. It literally rewards people for contributing to society. So you get security and purpose built right into the design.
So, how does this civic merit system work? Well, it's basically like a gamified social economy, and it's totally voluntary. You choose to opt in. Then you do things that benefit your community, volunteering, creating public art, whatever, and you earn this special currency called civic merit. And this isn't just, for bragging rights. You can convert that merit into actual cash or use it to unlock exclusive opportunities. It creates a real, tangible incentive to just be a good citizen.
And what about for businesses? Well, PREF just completely throws out our old punitive tax system. I mean, think about it. Right now, we just punish profit no matter how it's made. Instead, PREF is something called the hegemonic incentive engine. This thing actively rewards companies that create a positive impact on society. It's not about taking money from businesses, it's about investing in the ones that are actually aligned with the greater good. It literally aligns profit with purpose.
And this is where it gets really brilliant. This shows the self-funding loop at the heart of the system. The government acts like a venture capitalist for the people. It gives grants to those good, high-impact businesses, and in return, it takes a small equity stake. The profits from those investments, the ROI, are then funneled right back to the people to fund everyone's foundational dividend. The system literally pays for itself by investing in its own success. It's a perfect circle.
Okay, so a fantastic economy is one thing, but what about the government? What about the politics? This is where PREF gets, well, truly radical. It's a system designed with one simple, beautiful goal in mind: no more bullshit. It's all about replacing partisan bickering with an evidence-based system that actually works.
So forget voting once every 4 years. In this system, your vote is live. You can allocate it to a leader, and if they start messing up, you can withdraw it at any moment. This creates what's called a live legitimacy index. And get this, if a leader's support drops below 50%, they are automatically removed from office, instantly. Add to that a mandatory verification seal for all political claims, audited for truth by an independent body, and you've basically just made it impossible for politicians to lie their way into power and stay there.
So how do you actually make laws in a system like this? Well, every single proposal goes through a strict two-stage analysis. First, an independent truth engine establishes the objective, verifiable facts. What will this actually do? What will it cost? No spin, just data. Then, a second body, the Hegemonic Analysis Bureau, calculates the law's real impact on people's freedom and well-being. Suddenly, the debate isn't about political spin anymore. It's about facts and the calculated consequences for society.
All right, now we zoom all the way out. Because PREF isn't just a plan for one country, it's a full-blown blueprint for global governance. And this is where we get to the final piece of the puzzle, the MAD God Doctrine.
The first building block for this global vision is something called EMOM, the Economic Merger Oversight Model. What it is a clear, transparent framework for nations that adopt PRF to voluntarily merge their economies. Now, this isn't about conquest or forced union. It's a logical partnership designed to create a single, high-coherence economic bloc. It's about eliminating waste and creating shared prosperity on a scale we've literally never seen before.
And that leads us to the ultimate doctrine, the big one, Mad God. It's a bit of a play on the old Cold War idea of mutually assured destruction. But here, Mad God stands for a global, greater good, good option direction. It formalizes the choice that every nation on Earth has to make. We can either continue down the path of conflict, which leads to mutually assured destruction for everyone, or we can choose the new path of global cooperation, leading to mutually assured development.
The source material uses these really powerful archetypes to explain how these two doctrines create a perfect balance. EMOM is described as the mother principle. It's all about the internal, nurturing, stewardship, providing for the household of nations. Mad God, on the other hand, is the father principle. It's the external force, providing order, strategy, and securing that household's place in the wider world. You see? Together, they create a complete and balanced model for civilization.
And here's the absolute game changer. The core point is this: the Mad God Doctrine completely flips global strategy on its head. It literally weaponizes generosity. It creates a system where helping your partners, making sure they are successful and stable, isn't just some nice charitable thing to do. It becomes the most logical, self-interested, and mathematically sound strategy for your own survival and prosperity. Your success is tied to their success.
So, there you have it, a complete system, from the ground up, engineered for cooperation, one that's built on verifiable truth and designed for mutual success from your local community all the way up to the global stage. It's a proposal to stop arguing over the sinking ship and instead hands us the blueprint to build a brand new one. The only question left is, what's your preference?